disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Harley, Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's happening?
Good. If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network. On Mondays, you got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is CTE, Chris, Los, and Travis. Wednesday is normally us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Mike, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Center Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's happening?
Not much, man. It's been one of those up and down roller coasters of a week, a weekend, whatever the hell you want to call what we just went through.
It's been 2 weeks for me, roller coaster for 2 weeks for me, but I'm like, I'm good.
Man, oh man, I tell you something, like we've had crap weather over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys know this, but some of our listeners might not. I work midnights, and when I get to the weekend, like that's my time. I just want to enjoy my weekend, see my family, and catch up on TV. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get that on Saturday.
I know.
Right around dinner time, we had a storm roll through, trees flying everywhere, and power went out, and it was just an absolute mess.
You know what's messed up about that storm? That storm, we've seen worse storms, and you and I don't live close to each other. You're out close to Waterford, right?
Yep.
And I'm in the city. I'm in Detroit. And we've had worse storms than that. So there was no excuse for the power to go out. My power also went out. And it was just, it made no sense. And, you know, the messed up part is the power went out at the end of the storm. Like the storm was dying down.
That's what killed me right there. I'm like, oh, we're good. We made it. And then, nope, just joking.
Yeah, that made me, and it wasn't fully out. It was like a brownout. At least for me, it was like a brownout. So
mine was out completely.
No, so I still had outlets that still worked fine. So I was able to still charge my phones. Certain, like the kitchen light would come on partially. The dining room light would come on partially. My living room would not come on at all. TV wouldn't come on. Internet wouldn't come on. So I had partial power here, and you know it didn't come back on until Sunday night. I had about Sunday 24 afternoon. Hours. So I had about 24 hours.
Yeah, mine was Sunday afternoon about 3:30, right when I was about to wake up. So.
Oh wow, yeah. No, mine didn't come on till 7. Yeah, 7, and then even still, like I had partial internet. Like the internet was not stable at all. So, you know, we were getting ready to record on Sunday, and I said, you know what, my internet is too choppy. It's not going to work. And yours wasn't working at all, right, Joe?
Mine went out, and then it would come back. And like you'd just get started on something, and then it'd be out again.
Yeah, so it wasn't stable. So we would have had a crappy show. Yeah, we would have had a crappy show. And then I get a call at 8:45 from CD, my son's mother, that Champ was having an asthma attack, and she needed to take him to the hospital. So we had to go to the hospital. We had to go to Beaumont. And, I was like, oh, my goodness, like literally, like we could have been getting ready to record at that second, even if we had the power, we still would have had to cancel or at least I would have had to cancel and you two could have did the show, by yourselves. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a rough one. And I had to spend the night at the hospital because they kept him overnight. And, you don't really get too much rest when you have to stay in the hospital. They were giving him his breathing treatments throughout the night. So they were coming in every 2 hours to give him his breathing treatment. And that didn't change until like 8 or 9 in the morning. Then they switched from every 2 hours to every 3 hours. And then they did every 4 hours. So when I got home on on Monday, I was dead tired. Like I was beat. And I left the hospital around 1:00 because he was doing fine. He was doing better. So, the scary part was over with. And I had to come home, get showered, get cleaned up, do some things to get ready to teach because I still taught on Monday night.
You're a good one, man.
I still had to, and I was dead tired. So Monday night, I went to bed early Monday night, and then Tuesday, I had to get caught up with work and everything else that I hadn't done the last couple of days, especially without having power and being at the hospital. So the last few days, man, was just kicking my butt. And then last week, the breakup and everything. Anyway,
Gene,
I've been like you.
Here's to a better week, Gene.
Oh yeah. You know what, man? And I have my happy treats. I have my happy treats. They've been getting me through some, the last couple of days. And Angel, man, I've been like you, bro. Books. I've been on Amazon looking for some blue lights. So I've been like you, bro. I've been looking for some blue lights. I got to decorate my bedroom now.
That's so good.
I'll put that one.
All right, Angel, you got to fly down, and you can wingman each other.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If you're gonna get those blue lights, get 108 feet. More is better because then with the extra, you could like decorate like the TV. You could do like little things. Then when you want to be smooth, you just hit a button and everything lights up. So,
yeah. I don't know if I'm doing all that, but thanks for the advice, though, bro. Thanks for the tips.
What's going on with you, Bugs?
Man, I've been busy, dude. Been busy. This past weekend, I was at a tournament. I didn't compete because it was my karate team's tournament, so they wanted us just to be there to help. So I got there. I had to teach class. Woke up at 8, taught class, didn't get done till 12. Left from my school, drove all the way to New York, which is like an hour and a half to where it was, to get in to judge all the men's divisions. And then from there, I ended up getting my favorite pizza, which was amazing. It's like a 2-foot slice, super slice pizza. It was like huge.
You know what, man? I've never been to New York. I've only been to Buffalo, but I've never been to, Manhattan or New York City. So I always seen those, those big slices on TV and in the movies and stuff. And I always wanted one. I'm going to have to find a plant-based option now that I'm not eating, dairy products or anything like that. But those pieces always do look good.
Nah, yeah, it was good, man. So I did that. Then Sunday, I kind of just played my softball. And then now, since we're recording at a different time, I'm getting ready to go to my tournament. I leave at like 4:30 a.m. So.
And wow!
You got a virtual fight coming up too. I just seen.
No. Actually, so Joe, that was the one I did last year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so that was the one. That was the first ever virtual fight tour that ever happened.
Okay, I didn't pick up on that. My bad.
Yeah, I was on the first one, so that was kind of cool. It's funny because when I saw you comment on it, I kind of laughed. I was like, oh, he must think it's like happening now. Like it was a.
Hey man, I'm just ready for any fight.
No, I know that was cool. It was actually funny because that was the first time Gene ever messaged me. I never talked to Gene until after my virtual fight tour. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so I do that. I got my seminar this week and got a tournament, and then come back on Sunday and then get ready to record again. So pretty much that's my weekend.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into the movie. So we're talking about Cradle to the Grave, and listeners, I'd like you to know that it's been a very busy, crazy 2 weeks for me, and I have not been able to watch this movie in full, like from beginning to the end. I've been watching this movie in parts, but I did realize something. So when I first started watching the UFC, I always felt like I saw Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz and Randy Couture. And I always said, like, I know these guys from somewhere, and I could never place where I knew them from. And then when I saw them here, I was like, that's it. That's where I knew these guys from. All these years, I never knew where I knew them from. So it was cool seeing them in the movie. And I saw some other faces, some other MMA fighters, but the camera would switch so fast, I didn't get a chance to look at them and see who was actually there fighting.
I think Matt Hughes was in that also.
Oh, he was definitely in there.
Okay, so like I said, I saw a bunch of different people, and I knew if I would have paused the movie, I would have picked up on who was in there.
I think Wanderlei Silva.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe Cowboy.
No,
he wasn't around then.
Cerrone? No, not Cerrone. Not Cowboy Cerrone.
Who else is there? Yeah, there was a few.
It was in there. I think Frank Trigg. I think that's who Matt going up against. I think Frank Trigg, because then you had Couture versus someone, and then you had Tito and Chuck fighting, which I thought was kind of funny, like the rivalry and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think it did for their egos to get beat up by little old Jet Li like that?
When I saw that movie, it made me wonder. I was like, I wonder if this was before Tito and Chuck had like their rivalry, or was it after?
It was before. It was before.
Okay, because I was gonna say, man, if it was after, what would stop them from actually just saying, "Man, fuck you, I'm gonna beat your ass right now"? Like we got a cage.
They got that. That'd be good footage.
Yeah, I don't think that rivalry started. This movie came out in 2003, so since it came out in 2003, they must have made the movie sometime in 2002. I don't think their rivalry kicked off until 2004 or 5 is when their rivalry started.
And they did the first Ultimate Fighter, right?
No, the third. No, not the third. The third was Tito and Ken. The first one was Randy Couture, and then the second one was Matt Hughes and Rich Franklin. Third one was Tito and
I forgot about Rich Franklin
and Ken Shamrock. And the fourth one, I think the fourth one was when they brought a bunch of older people back to redo it, right? I believe that was the fourth one.
Dude, listen, if you were on that first Ultimate Fighter, you knew you were getting a job regardless, because they had no fighters. If you looked at like Diego Sanchez at heavyweight, it like made no sense.
Middleweight, yeah. Middleweight.
Okay, but the first Ultimate Fighter finale was still better than any of the Ultimate Fighter finales.
so you like the fight with Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner, huh? Yeah, it was good.
Always had a battle.
Yeah,
like even though to me, like I would have just made it a draw every time, because even though Forrest got the better of him, like they just were killing each other.
They were
and smiling about it. I love that. You can't as a fan of the fighters, you can't hate that.
Yeah, but you know what? They're lucky Jet Li wasn't in the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, like literally, like what division would Jet Li fight in? Like
at that time, he would have to fight lightweight.
Well, I know at that time, but I mean, like now, like he is a small guy.
He'll fight flyweight or featherweight.
I was gonna say that'd be the only thing he could do.
Flyweight or bantamweight. I think those are the only two he could do.
Isn't the bantamweight? The bantamweight's not with the women. That's not.
There's two bantamweights, dude.
Oh, they do. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
I didn't put him in no strawweight. I put him in flyweight. I didn't put him in strawweight. Damn, you trying to say he got a woman physique? Okay.
No, I'm not saying that, but he looked like he's easily like a $115. That's what he looks like to me in this movie. He looks small. He looked extra small to me in this movie. I don't know why.
I've never saw him as a big body. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't think he ever let himself get that way for any movie. I think he stayed within his. I'll tell you what, I thought he was taller. In this movie, he looks short.
Yeah.
He is short.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know why he was taller.
Who was bigger, him or Bruce Lee? Who's a bigger guy? Because Bruce Lee doesn't look big either. Like height wise, he doesn't look like he was that tall.
Bruce Lee. I think if I'm correct, don't quote me on this. I think Jet Li's like 5'3" and Bruce Lee's like 5'6" or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, it's drastic for them, but like it's not like 6 feet and 5 feet. But
yeah.
It's like a few inches between them.
Okay, let's start the movie.
Gotcha.
Cradle to the Grave. This came out in 2003. It has Jet Li in it. Has DMX in the movie. Also, Anthony Anderson is there. Gabrielle Union, Dragon, and who am I forgetting?
Tom Arnold.
That's right. He was a good comic relief.
I forgot Anthony Anderson was in this movie again. Just like the other one, Romeo Must Die.
Yeah.
It was almost the same cast.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I like Anthony Anderson. Like when he when he that's me, my bad.
Oh, okay. I'm looking like, who's that?
Did you say you don't like Anthony Anderson?
No, I said I do like him.
Oh, I like him a lot. He's funny.
No, like whenever he's in a movie, I always think like he could be serious but still add some comedy to it that makes you just laugh. I don't know why.
I would like to see him like try to do some actual karate. I think that would be hilarious.
Oh my goodness. I would. You mean
I don't think he couldn't take it serious. That's a problem.
Yeah, he would make somebody laugh. Like he would make the instructor laugh.
And you know what drives me nuts? I hate when people who don't do karate like make fun of karate, like do all that.
Oh yeah.
I hate that crap. Like I want to drop kick you right in the face for doing that.
You know what's funny? Yesterday, so funny you said that. Yesterday, I was teaching my adult class, and one of the participants, or one of the fathers, he said to me, "I never knew that karate, you have to have so much endurance for karate because they were burnt out within the first 15 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Yeah, you gotta forget about all that movie stuff. Like this is real stuff that you're doing. Whatever you see in movies." That's movie stuff. You know, they do that for entertainment purposes. I was like, you still going to get a good workout in, especially under our system, because I'm teaching the classes like my uncle would, you know, and then actually a little bit more.
People's true perception of what karate is, they'll never understand it until they're in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have no idea. There's so much more to it. Like when people talk to me about karate, I'm like, I know karate. They're always like, oh, so you can beat me up? I was like, I didn't say it. You said that, not me. Like to me, I'm like, if anything, I'm not going to fight you because I don't need to fight you.
You know what?
I tell people.
You know what I want to see, Books. You know what I want to see? I want to see a drunk, angry Joe. That's what I want to see. I want to see a drunk, angry Joe because I've known him since 94, 95. And I've never seen him mad. I've never seen him with an attitude. First off, I've never seen him angry.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Drunk, angry Joe doesn't necessarily exist. I'm a happy drunk. I'm a happy drunk. I'm a silly drunk. So if you anger me while I don't know that I can't say that I've ever been angry and while drinking.
Hanging out with Mike. Literally. Like, hey, wait a minute. Hanging out with Mike. You've never been angry.
Wait. I'm going to tell you something right now. When Mike and I used to hang out, Mike didn't really drink.
What?
Yeah, Mike didn't drink when I hung out.
Maybe he didn't drink because you were there.
It's possible. I see a Mike with a drink in his hand, like rarely when he used to come party at my place all the time. Wow. And when we were out, like I rarely see him. Mike. He drinks more like now than like the whole Crown thing, everything that I've seen him do on the first few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen him drink like real alcohol.
Wow, yeah. Mike was the first person to actually try and pressure me into taking my first drink, and I was like, "No, man, I don't drink. That wasn't my thing at that time."
And then now he's trying to repeat the cycle. I see what you're
saying. You mean with you? No, Mike was a little bit worse. Like Mike, if we were at a tournament, Mike would. Like seriously, I don't know. Maybe Mike from back in the day. I don't know about now, but I know Mike back in the day probably would have been sliding you a shot or something. Like, go ahead, man, just take it. Just take the shot real quick. All right. So this movie starts off. They're doing a heist. They're trying to steal. At first, I thought these were diamonds that they were trying to steal, and a
lot of them were.
Well, yeah, they were trying, but I'm talking about the black ones that they were trying to steal. Like I thought those were diamonds, but
they just figured they were rare. They didn't know what they were.
Yeah. So they're sneaking into like this office building, and they kind of split up because Dragon and DMX. You know what? Let me use their names. So DMX's name is Anthony, but I think they call him Tony in the movie.
Yeah.
And Dragon, his name is Miles in the movie. So they're like underground, like trying to sneak in from the rail system, the subway system. Anthony Anderson is pretending to be a limo driver, and he has Gabrielle Union with him. And then, okay, so this was what I was confused with this part. She walks in and she's trying to be flirtatious, right?
She's trying to distract the guard.
Exactly.
So they can set up a loop on the camera.
Right. So this is what I was confused about. So when I saw that, I got it. I understood it. But the guy that was at the desk, He was a gay man. So her advances was not working. So she told Tommy, who was Anthony Anderson, that it was up to him to come in to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and he started to flirt with it. He didn't want to do it at first. I don't know if I would have been able to do that.
He was a little too good at it, that's for sure.
He was. It was a funny scene.
It was hilarious.
But then she left and she went to go help out Tony and Miles. But if her plan had worked, she wasn't supposed to help them, right? I was assuming
I think Anthony Anderson's character would have been in to help.
Okay, because I just thought that his job was just to stay there and look like a limo driver. That's what I was thinking.
Or maybe she figured three people are better than two.
Yeah. So he's flirting with the guy at the front desk, and then she goes upstairs to help out. Now Jet Li there, we see Jet Li. But I wonder how did he know that a burglary was going to take place?
That was a good question. I didn't understand that either. But not only did he know that something was going down, but he called them on their number. So how did he get their number?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that was weird. That was strange to me.
They like to mess with us because kind of the same thing happened in Kiss of the Dragon, where we were kind of confused at the beginning, but then it all came together at the end.
Yeah. So one of the things I did notice when Jet Li, when he was on the building, there was a scene where he was jumping down from floor to floor, using his hands, right? And he was just letting go one floor and he would drop down to the next floor. And I thought, well, man, this is crazy. But I thought if this was Jackie Chan would have did it. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like this would have been something stupid that he would have did. I'm quite sure Jet Li, that was not Jet Li doing that stunt right there. Jumping down.
I'm quite sure someone had a wire on him.
Oh, I don't know. You know what, man? I'm not familiar with stunt work, but it did not look like that person had a wire on them. But I don't know if they had a net down there. Maybe the from the angle that they shot that, maybe they weren't really as high as it perceived to be. I don't know. I don't know stunt work.
Gene, I don't give a damn if there's a net. If you fall and you even clip the railing,
oh, you're dead.
You're done.
Yeah, you're dead.
Done.
There's no and that's like if it's your arm will rip out of your body. Like force, nah. Nah.
So what was Jet Li's character's name?
Sue.
So Sue, from my understanding, he was basically like Chinese intelligence, right?
Taiwan,
CIA, yeah. Or Taiwan intelligence, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was eavesdropping on some stuff. Maybe that's how he got his information.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about books. We were talking about how did he know a robbery was about to go down? Oh. Because he just called them and he had their numbers and everything.
He said, "Put them down. You know which ones I'm talking about."
It was his intuition, his ESPN. You already know.
ESPN.
So they're stealing these jewels, and then their deal with the person who hired them is they are able to keep everything else. They just have to grab these black diamonds and bring them back to the buyer or whatever. Yep. The black diamonds. They get them and then they leave, but the police are on the way. Jet Li tells them that the police are on their way. Now, did he say that he called them? Did he call the police?
Yeah, he did. They showed him calling the police.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. They did show that. He calls the police, and then Anthony Anderson's character, Tommy, he tells them that the police are outside, and then he tells the police that he's going to move the car. So now they have the diamonds. And they also have the black diamonds, and they grabbed a bunch of other diamonds that they're going to keep for themselves. And then they decide to split up and go their separate ways in case they get caught. Did I miss anything so far?
No, you're good.
Okay. So they go back downstairs and they separate. Miles goes one way, and then Tony and Daria, who is Gabrielle Union's character, they go another way. Yeah. I mean, that was crazy. Their scene, because they're riding on top of on top of the subway trying to escape, and she gets ready to drop the diamonds. Luckily, she caught him, and Tony was able to hold on to her. Miles, on the other hand, did not have a good time. He runs into Sue in the subway, and not Jackie Chan, my bad. Jet Li beats his ass.
Big time.
He kicks his butt down in the subway. You guys got anything?
Yeah, I thought Gabrielle and DMX, I thought they dropped the diamonds.
I did too.
No, I'm pretty sure they did. Because then the club owner who was tied to the guy in jail ended up with the diamonds. Ended up with the black diamonds.
But I think he got those later on because what happened was that Tony wanted. He took him to Archie, who was Tom Arnold.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay. Yeah, so she caught him, and they had the black ones, and Miles had the other diamonds. Because even when Sue gets in his car, he he don't have them. He doesn't have them. Okay, so he was upset about that. We don't even know why. Now, this other guy, there is another Chinese guy. I'm not familiar with his name. He would come in and out of the movie. I just know that he was a gangster. I'm assuming Chinese mob or something like that. Yep. The way he carried himself. Now, explain to me, did he beat up Tony's buyer? Or was Tony's buyer trying to get Tony to steal the diamonds for him? Or what was going on? Because I was confused.
He killed Tony's buyer.
I understand that, but
he was floating in the fish tank.
But was Tony's buyer working for him? And was Tony's buyer like trying to screw him over? Like, why did he do that?
Well, because he didn't have the diamonds.
Okay, but he didn't have the diamonds because Tony and the crew was stealing the diamonds.
Yeah,
so here's what happened. Tony and the crew didn't know what they were stealing.
Exactly.
When they seen these black diamonds and they had all this heat on them, that's when they take them to Tom Arnold's character and they're like, okay, what the hell is going on with these diamonds? Because they had no idea what was going on. So they're like, okay, we need to know what we're getting into and whether or not we're getting screwed.
Okay, but still, like, I don't understand. Like, what was the relationship between the buyer and this Chinese mafia boss?
He was probably going to get the diamonds and give them to him, but because he didn't have the diamonds, someone has to pay. You float with the fishes.
But that doesn't make sense because the buyer hired Tony to bring him the diamonds, and that was the plan. He was going to bring the diamonds to them. They still had the diamonds. They still had the black ones.
Once they bring him the diamonds, then he's gonna give them to, like, he's like
he was the middleman.
Yeah,
I understand. So I don't understand. Like, if he knew that the diamonds were coming, like if the mafia guy knew that the diamonds were coming because he had to hire the buyer to get
wasn't fast enough. Yeah. you missed the deadline. You got to die.
If I show up to your house, I expect there to be diamonds. If there's no diamonds, then who's
was that explained? Because like I was lost on that because I didn't understand that part. What was going on?
What was implied?
Okay.
To me, but my whole thing is like, if you show up, if I tell you at 12 o'clock, I want my $1,000 back, and I show up at 12 o'clock and you don't got my $1,000. An ass beating has to take place.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what my perspective is. He's on a deadline. The big bad guy.
Yeah,
he's on a deadline because he's got to get these stones. He's got to test them, and then he's got this big group of terrorists showing up to buy.
Right.
So if you're not on his deadline, then you got to die. You're done. That's the way I understood it.
Okay. Because I was as you guys can see, I was completely lost when all that was going on.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Me and Joe are on the same page. That's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Or he just had to flex on him because that's how he feels. That's the kind of dude he is.
So the crew go back to Tony's apartment, and then Miles come in. He's behind. He's late, and he tells them that Sue showed up and beat his ass and took the diamonds. So now all they have left are the black diamonds. They don't have any other. They're not getting any profits. They're not making any other extra money from this deal. So, man, that I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to even get paid for the things that you already sold. I definitely would have been pissed. Now, did they call the buyer and let them know that they had the diamonds, or did he call them? Did the buyers call them?
So they dropped the Blackstones off at the Tom Arnold's, and then find out that they were.
Wait a minute. Wait. I thought that they found out that the buyer was already had been beat up or killed.
Yeah, because they went to his apartment,
right?
And that's when Tony went to Tony went to his apartment. That's when he found him floating. Jet Li was already there, telling him like, "Oh, this is what happened. These diamonds." Kind of like give him the whole spiel. Then after that, he got chased, right?
Yep.
In that back alleyway, they had the fight, and then that's when he took the diamonds to Tom Arnold, to Archie, to get them assessed to figure out what are they.
Right.
And then from there, what is it? From there, that's when Jet Li and DMX, they drove off.
Mm-hmm.
They went back to like the compound, I guess we could say. And then in that meantime, Archie got his ass beat.
and the diamonds were taken from him.
Yeah, but at this point,
yeah, I mean that too. But you still
Sue and Tony stopped fighting and realized they need to work together to figure stuff out.
And then they find out that Sue is part of the Taiwan special intelligence.
You know what got me about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what got me mad is that they were like, "Oh man, like he's a Fed." I want to be like, that dude is not even from this country. Like he could, like, it's not like he has any weight. Like,
bro, he's not.
I don't care. If I'm a criminal, if I'm a criminal, I wouldn't want to work with him, because now I'm thinking like, after all of this is done, like you're going to look at me as a criminal. Like, what would have stopped him from working with the American government and arresting Tony?
He didn't care. He just wanted those stones.
Yeah, and we didn't even know why at first, why he wanted those stones so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Before that, we also see that Tony is living well. He has a nice apartment. He has a maid. We also see that he has a daughter, and he ends up giving his daughter a necklace that he stole from the place where they were stealing the diamonds. So now we know that he has, someone that he loves and he cares about, which is important because later on, the Chinese mafia boss ends up kidnapping her. I think her name was Vanessa, right? He ends up kidnapping her. So now he needs to figure out a way to get his daughter back. So now it's just not about the diamonds anymore or finding the diamonds. The Chinese boss tells them, because he calls Tony, that he wants his diamonds. Now, they don't have the diamonds anymore because they disappeared from Archie. So now they have to figure out where the diamonds are and who had them. Anything?
Yeah, so they watched the tape at Archie's, and he knows exactly who has those diamonds and who he has to go talk to.
Yeah, what was his name? Chambers?
Kind of reminded me of like Big Worm from Friday. Only he was a lot meaner.
Yeah, so they ended up going to jail to talk to him. He was in jail, right? And it looks like he was like running the jail.
He was running it for sure.
Yeah, he was running it. Now this is something that I missed with watching this in parts. I did watch this movie back in the day, but I haven't seen it since 2003. So I am going to rewatch this again where I can just sit and enjoy the movie and just watch it. They eventually go to a club and look for the diamonds. Now, what I want to know is the guy that had that club and ran that club, was he one of Chambers' men?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Tony begged Chambers to help him out, and Chambers is basically like, forget you, man. You left me. You took my girl, and all that. So guess what? Make another kid. That's what he literally told. Make another kid.
He did.
He should have stabbed him in the freaking throat. Make another one. I'll make another.
Look at that. Well. We got a Joe rant this week.
I'm just saying that part made me so mad. And then why didn't he let? I feel like Sue could have got out of him what they wanted. I feel like Sue could have done. CIA, they know some good torture techniques. Come on.
Yeah, but you know what? He said that. He said in Taiwan he could have got him to talk.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did, but he didn't want to. You're right. You should have let him go. Do some Chinese kung fu on his ass.
Anything
make another one. He said, "Make another one."
I'm just gonna let this guy play out.
I'm just saying, man. Who says that to a dad?
Yeah, you really can't, man. Like you really can't. Like you'll find out one day, Bugs. You'll find out when you have a kid, when you have that little one. I mean, you kind of know now. Like you got a nephew now, right?
Yeah.
So can you imagine somebody saying that to you about your nephew? Like, no. Like you would have got upset too.
I always thought that scene was crazy because I could never tell, like, was he in jail and he just got treated like that, or was he smart enough to put his operation in a jail? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never understood it because I was like, man, like what cops?
He runs his operation from the jail.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
He's living life great on the inside. He's running stuff,
but
he's still running stuff on the outside. Like everything still goes through him.
No,
that's why they went to him.
The thing I wanted to know was, like, if he wants to, can he just walk out of there at any moment?
I don't think so. Like, I think it's like the mafia. Like the mafia, when they went to jail, they ran the jail just like that. So, I don't think like they weren't able just to walk out and leave.
I don't know. Dude, I couldn't tell because he was wearing a beautiful robe. I don't know.
I think they basically, when you pay them all that money, like you're basically saying, okay, we have a mutual understanding here. You're going to look like I'm doing my job, but really you're the running stuff. Like, the people on the outside aren't going to see that. They're not going to see him living that kind of life. They all think, oh, he's off the streets. Everything is safe. And so it looks like the police are doing their job. And then the mafia gets to still, run their own stuff, which is a mess. But hey, that's life.
Yeah. So now they decide, okay, we 9 times out of 10, Chambers and his crew are probably hiding the diamonds in their club, in the office. So they decide that they're going to go to his office and steal these diamonds. And they use Daria. They use her to go in first, and she is going to distract Chambers' main guy. Now, I do not know that guy's name. Do you guys know his name?
I really don't care. That scene, I can care less about his name.
Thug number 1. I don't know. Why don't you care about that scene? They should have paid her.
That was kind of important, though.
They should have paid her the extra money to show that top off. Come on. I thought for sure. I was like, all right, it's coming off.
Listen, let me tell you something. As a kid, that was my favorite scene. That's why I always watch this movie. But I will tell you this. If they would have had some blue lights, they could have had a top off. But yeah, actually, no. To be real with you, I don't ever remember them saying his name. Ever.
Okay.
But this doesn't sound crazy. As a kid, I thought that was Kevin Garnett. I swear to God.
Oh, Alex is going to kill you. Alex is going to beat you up, not knowing who a Kevin Garnett looks like.
When I saw him, like, this time, I was like, yo, I really thought this was Kevin Garnett. Because me, I was like, damn, Kevin Garnett got the life. He got money. He got basketball. Like, this is what we want. Like, craziness.
Yeah, when I first saw him in the scene, I actually thought he was the guy who played in the other movie. What was the other movie that they did? Romeo Must Die. I thought he was the son. From that movie at first.
Dude, the son from Romeo Must Die. Every time I see him, I see Melvin from the.
Yes, I do too. I do too. He played the hell out of that role. He did. I do too. And it was hard. It's hard for me to take him seriously as anything else because I just see him as blue every time. Like, dude, you're not a thug. You're not a thug. Come on, you're blue. Come on. Give me some bass, bro. Give me some bass. All right, looks like Bugs is freezing up.
Like that would have.
You froze up.
My bad. When I saw him get thrown out of the window, I was like, imagine if they would have had him in a wheelchair.
You're wrong for that one. They were pretty. These DMX and his crew, Tony, I guess, they were pretty smart on some of these heist scenes because the way they got into the club and everything. Again, Anthony Anderson being Anthony Anderson. He goes in there. He's he's the exterminator.
Yeah.
He weasels his way into the room to get those to try and find those diamonds.
I'm surprised they didn't know who he was. That's what I was surprised with, because they knew everybody else. Like they were familiar with Tony. They were familiar with Daria.
Maybe he was new.
Possibly. But he did. He pretended to be an exterminator because he wanted to go in and make a smoke screen so Tony and Miles could come in from the roof and jump in. Daria was distracting the main thug guy, so he wouldn't know what was going on. Now, once they get in and they start rummaging through his things and they use that missile thing, when that happened, I thought that should have happened at the very, very beginning of the movie. Everybody should have heard it and went running to find out where that noise coming from. When they stole the original black diamonds and those other diamonds. I was like, this thing, this missile thing has to be loud. Like people upstairs and downstairs should have heard. Somebody should have called security. But they still had plenty of time to get everything and then get out. Now, that was not the case with this scene. As soon as they shot that missile thing and it hit that safe, they all heard it in the club. And they said, go, let's go to the
he was right next to the room.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was, but it still took him. He wasn't right there, like within 10 seconds. It still took a while because they showed a couple scenes with them still looking around before they even.
He had all that ass in front of him, man. Come on.
Well, he slapped her after that. Didn't he hit her?
Yeah.
Listen, he was about to get some sloppy toppy.
Sloppy toppy.
Now, meanwhile, Archie and Sue are on their way. I have no idea where they were going. I really don't, because I mean, like I said, I was watching this in pieces. So I didn't know what happened with those two, like where they were going.
They were going to go look at a guy for the big ring.
Yeah,
that was their job. The MMA scene. That was their job.
Yeah, okay, I saw the scene, but I didn't hear why they were going there, so I don't know what was going on.
Archie said the guy that busted him up and took the diamonds originally had a certain ring he would recognize.
Okay, so I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, they say he had like a Super Bowl sized ring that you could only, like a person like that would only be in this area. And
I got you.
That's why they went there.
Okay, now that makes sense because I didn't understand that part.
And he signed Zoo up as a fighter so he could get in because they weren't gonna let him in.
Listen, man, let me tell you, if you guys ever do that shit to me, he signed him as a fighter.
We're talking about you're a fighter.
No. Hear this part. This is where it's fucked up. Signed him up as a fighter.
Say it again.
He had some.
I got 500 on the other guy.
We can't hear you. Say it again.
Yeah, you froze up on us again, bro.
When he went in there, he looked at him and said, "I got 500 on the other guy."
Like, you know what? I did hear him say that, and I thought I was tripping when I heard him say that.
Wait, until he saw him fight, then he started betting on him.
Then he started betting on him, so he was gonna win money either way. So fights were going on. So it looked like it was an underground MMA scene. What was going on, basically? And we had some UFC fighters in there. Like we said, we saw Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture. You guys said you saw Matt Hughes and Frank Trigg. I'm quite sure there'll be some other ones. I'm quite sure we'll be getting some messages from Mr. Jeff Doss because we're missing some people from that scene. But Jeff probably knows some of the stunt people that we didn't give praises to also. That were in this movie.
I'm gonna get killed for Kevin Garnett, bro.
Now, would you have taken Sue seriously as a fighter if Archie had told you, because he didn't come in there with a bag, he didn't come in there with any equipment. Like I would have thought that he was undercover feds or something, you know.
They didn't know what to think. They did say he was small. That's what they kept saying.
Yeah, and hey, I wouldn't have taken him seriously as a fighter.
But to them, like, whatever, go get your ass beat. I think that's what they said. They said, all right, go get your ass beat.
Yeah. So when it's time to fight, I guess so we see the fight with Chuck and Tito, and I think Tito won according to that, probably because he was the champion at that time. Randy Couture is up next to fight, and he is supposed to fight Sue. Then he gets in the cage, and then they start fighting. Now, I didn't understand why everybody else decided to get into the cage and start fighting also, just because Sue was winning. And Sue was fighting in regular clothes. Like, he was not dressed like a fighter. He didn't have any gloves on. He had on his jacket. He had on some jeans or something. And he was just fighting. That was strange to me.
He didn't need nothing else.
Now everybody is watching the fight, and okay, so he decides that he's done with the fight. Archie says that he finds the guy with the ring, right? And then he was getting ready to walk out of the cage. And then that's when the little guy came in and wanted to stop him because he wanted him to continue to fight. Then that's when everybody started getting to the cage, and it's him against everybody else. That was a little unbelievable to me, because there's no way one small man, I don't care how much skills you have, you're not beating, 10, 12, 15 MMA fighters at one time. That's just not happening.
Not at all.
Anything, you guys got anything else?
They should have just jumped him.
It looked like they were trying, but then again, it was all going up one at a time. You know how movie stuff is.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, why? Like, someone should say, "All right, together, go," and we all just like.
They made that look like one steps.
Yeah, they did. Now meanwhile, back at the club, like I said, the main guy heard that missile go off. He sends his thugs in there. They all attack Tony, and they end up catching him. He goes in there and hits Tony in the back of the head, knocks him out. They end up calling the police. The police come, and I'm surprised they called the police. These are thugs. These are gangsters. Normally, they're going to handle that type of stuff themselves. They're not going to rely on the police. They're going to take them out and do what they do. So we see him sitting at the ambulance, and his crew has gotten away. So they're hiding out, but they're not far. So they see him getting tended to by the paramedics, and they ask him what should we do, and he just says hold tight, something like that. But then he saw a four-wheeler, and he had a skeleton key to get out of the handcuffs that he was in. He jumps off and jumps on the four-wheeler, and then he just rides out. That was all right scene. Meanwhile, that's going on, and Jet Li is fighting at the same time. So I kind of like how they went back and forth between the fights and the chase with Tony. Go ahead.
A really good four-wheeler. Are they really that fast?
I've never ridden one, so I don't know how
I've ridden them, and they get up about 60.
60.
I don't think you're. I'm saying, I don't think you're outrunning a couple of police chasers.
You're definitely not. If it only gets up to 60,
that's what I'm saying. Well, so I mean, those were the ones that I've been on where didn't get up to 60, but I thought they get up to. I don't think they get. Well, maybe the newer ones. Maybe the newer ones.
He's on top of buildings too, and he's jumping off of the buildings and things.
Stairs.
I'm just saying, a police cruiser, they get up to 100, 120 probably.
Yeah.
I don't think a ATV is going that fast.
No,
I could be wrong, but I doubt it.
It can't, because if it does, it wouldn't have enough time to stop. If you try to turn, you'll flip the whole thing over.
Well, yeah, 100%.
So now help me out. What happened after that? So it seems like the Chinese mafia boss, he goes to visit Chambers in jail. Now, what was that? What was that conversation? Because I was driving.
It wasn't much of a conversation. Basically, Chambers said "F you," and he said, "Okay, thank you very much," and he stabbed him in the hands.
Okay, so he
got what he wanted.
So he went there for the diamonds, the black diamonds. That's why
he got his information.
How did he know that Chambers had the black diamonds?
I think he got it from the same. Either they were following Tony and them, or they got it from Archie's computer.
Okay, so he ends up killing Chambers, and like the police doesn't. I mean, the guards or nothing come to his defense.
No, because what happened was when he left, he told the guards. He said, "Mr. Chambers is sleeping." He said he doesn't want to be bothered, and then they closed the door. I think so. He was just dead with a fork in the back of his neck.
Mm-hmm.
With a little sausage in his mouth.
All right.
It was messy.
All right. So what happens next after that? I know at some point.
Wait. Time out.
Yeah.
I just want to say, can we just give some props that this dude has leveled up from Double Dragon? Like, God bless him.
Wait a minute. Who are you talking about?
Leveled up. The mob, the guy who killed Chambers.
He's from Double Dragon?
Y'all don't know this? Oh!
No, I don't remember.
I forgot that was him.
That was one of the brothers or friends or whatever. You know, he just looked familiar to me. That's all he did was look familiar to me. I didn't put it to the. But you know what? I need to give him a standing ovation because his acting definitely stepped up from Double Dragon.
And from he's the one that's in Only the Strong.
You know, I've never seen that movie.
And he's the Iron Chef. We got to do Only the Strong because the movie is terrible, but the capoeira is great.
Oh man, I just
wait. I'm telling you right now, the movie is basically Dangerous Minds with capoeira.
You talking about? You're not talking about Dangerous Minds, the Coolio song.
No, the movie.
No, but I'm saying that the Gangsta Paradise was from the South. Oh my God!
It's literally that's what it is.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's what the movie is. The movie is Dangerous Minds with capoeira, but the capoeira in it's really good.
Okay,
but the movie is okay.
You killed it once you said it's terrible.
He did. He did. My heart just like,
I like it because of the karate. It's one of those things where I can watch it. I've watched it a million times because of the karate.
Okay, so it's like American Ninja. I got
you. Sure.
Hey,
that had great karate.
You know what, man? After the 3 Ninja movies, I was ready to watch American Ninja 2. I ain't gonna even lie. Goodness gracious. So now Tony and Sue, they end up going back to the club. Now, when they go back to the club, they see the guy's dead, right? All of the gangsters, they've been visited by this mob boss.
By Double Dragon, yeah. Kevin Garnett was dead also, bro.
Mm-hmm, yep. Now, they go there because I guess they assume that the diamonds were there all along. And they go back to look again. And then they realize that it was like in a fountain pool. Because they noticed the little crystal ball thing in this pool earlier in the movie. So they go back and look, and they find that one diamond had been left in there. So they knew that they had been there and now they're gone. And they also knew that the people who had it are also dead. So now they know that somebody else has it. Now, Tony's main concern at this point in time is finding his daughter because he doesn't know what's going to happen to his daughter. And he's trying to figure out a way to get it. He's not even trying to get money no more. Before, he was trying to, get paid for these diamonds. Now his objective is to get his daughter back.
The other thing we left out, Sue knows the main bad guy. They used to work together. Be with them in the CIA with Taiwan, and then he went rogue.
Yeah, I feel bad, man. I feel like Jet Li's father or brother or someone always dies, man. Sad.
Is that what happened in this movie?
Like that dude, killed his partner or killed someone that he's close to.
Wow. Okay.
Basically, all his other movies.
just like John Claude Van Damme got to do the splits. That was Jet Li's thing, huh? Somebody close to him had to die.
So we get to the point where we're going to see what these stones can do.
Yeah, we're here now. We're pretty much here now.
Yeah. So during this, Tony's little girl finds a cell phone and gets a hold of her dad real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And she tries to explain where she is,
mm-hmm.
so they can come get her.
Mm-hmm. Now, they look like they were in a warehouse or something like that.
Yep.
And basically, we find out that these black diamonds are really pretty much plutonium.
Yep. Small little bites of plutonium. The worth they can expand to a certain radius.
Yeah.
And be treated just like
weapons of mass destruction. Like, this is going to do some damage. So what this mafia guy is doing is he is trying to sell these diamonds. So he has all these terrorists come, and he's trying to sell these diamonds to them.
Yep.
Go ahead, guys. Somebody go ahead.
So they figure out where they are with Archie's help, because Archie figures out where the air traffic is ending up. And they figure out there's a warehouse. Right. They triangulate all the different warehouses in a certain area that can take that you can land a helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
and then they find out from the airspace control where these helicopters are all going.
Okay. Now, this is the part that I have no idea what happened. So take over, Books, if you can.
So after this, they ended up. So they devised a plan to go to the warehouse. If I'm correct, they have Miles. He'll be like the sniper. They let him actually shoot people now. They have Tony goes. They kind of have Tony go up against, to go get his daughter. Then they have Gabrielle Union. She goes up against the girl fighter. That's like the female bad fighter. And then Sue Jet Li goes up against Double Dragon Guy.
And wait, we forgot Tom Arnold and Anthony Anderson are in the tank.
Oh wait,
now, those are two people you probably don't want to have in a tank.
Hell no. Hell no.
Because I thought that was one of the funniest parts of the movie. They were over here trying to shoot the helicopter. They said they shot him in the ass. I was but yeah, no. So then they start fighting. Gabrielle Union ends up killing the woman, which I actually didn't. I never knew her name ever. Do you guys remember her name?
No, I don't. But I've seen her in other movies. I've seen her before.
I feel like she was in Romeo Must Die. I don't know why, but I felt like she was.
I don't know.
The biker chick.
Yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, so I know Gabrielle Union ends up killing her. Tony ends up saving his daughter. And he got into a good fight. That fight scene was actually pretty good. For DMX, that was a pretty good fight scene.
Hey, you know what, man? DMX was a pretty good actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was. You know what, man? If he was able to conquer his demons, I think he would have did more.
Yeah.
More movies, because I don't really know how many other movies he's done. But he could have had a very, very good career. I think
he did Cradle. He didn't do Cradle to the Grave. It's called something with like grave in it.
That's what this is.
No, I know. I'm saying like he did Cradle to the Grave, but he did another movie that was similar with Steven Seagal.
Yes. Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds. There you go.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I feel like.
Or was that Ja Rule?
No, that was DMX.
And now, was Dragon also in that movie, but he got arrested? He was in jail, and he was trying to find a way to get him out of jail? Is that movie?
Exit Wounds I haven't seen in a while, but I did see that in theaters with Mike, now that I think about it.
Yeah, there was, because I thought that Dragon was going to arrest it. I saw a movie with Dragon and DMX, and Dragon was like DMX's little brother, and he had went to jail. He was trying to find a way to get him out of jail. And I think
that might have been Exit Wounds.
Okay, because then there's another movie. See, I get these three movies confused, because there's another movie with Steven Seagal and Ja Rule, and Ja Rule is in jail, and I think
what movie is that? I know that movie.
I think Morris Chestnut, he's the bad guy in that movie.
Yeah, he is. What is that movie? I like that movie, actually. I remember that movie.
I did too. Yeah, I like that movie. But they had other people in there, because like Corrupt from the Dog Pound, he was in the movie also, and he was acting. He was like one of the people that was in jail. There was a few other people in that movie, but it was it's actually a martial art movie, so maybe we'll watch that movie one day too.
Go
ahead, Bugs. Go ahead. Continue.
What I was going to say, actually, I was going to ask you a question, Gene.
Yeah.
Let me see what you guys think. Do you think if DMX would have conquered his demons, would have stuck with acting, because he did a really good job. You could tell he took the job serious. Do you think he could have been on the road to be a Tupac equivalent or no?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because
I feel like music-wise and the cultural influence he had, I feel like he was on his way.
I think so. Yeah, man, because like he did a good job with with all of the roles that he's in. I mean, from Romeo Must Die to this one to Exit Wounds, like those three movies were really, really good. Yeah.
And the one you're talking about with Ja Rule is Half Past Dead.
That's it. That's right. That is it.
2002.
Yeah. So that movie, Exit Wounds, and this movie, I always get confused. Like I don't know which was what. So,
yeah, they're very similar movies.
Yeah, they are. They are.
But yeah, no. So that was the DMX fight scene. He ended up taking out the big dude, saved his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we get down to the final fight scene when he fights the Double Dragon character.
And you know what this reminded me of?
Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die.
Exactly. This is almost the exact same thing.
It had fire, it had rain, and it had some type of weird ending to it.
Yeah.
So that was a good fight scene. I personally did not like the ending.
Why?
I don't know why, man. It's like I feel like once they showed the pill, you could like see like somehow that was gonna kill someone. Like it was like foreshadowing in a way. So I didn't like that. Like they threw it in his throat and he did it. And then on top of that, if you throw it in someone's throat, you give him a good rich hand to the throat, and that's in his throat, bro. Shouldn't everyone die? Like if it blows up, like shouldn't everyone die?
No, because it just blew up inside him.
No, but that's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, right. Everybody around should have blown up too.
It's gonna explode, but like it's like radiation goes out. Like it just didn't make no sense to me. I didn't like that.
What happened to the other terrorists? Did they just disappear? Like they
took off in their helicopters.
Yeah, they took off in their helicopters, except for that one guy in the wheelchair. That one guy in the wheelchair, he was kind of he had to stay there. But yeah, they all left once they saw stuff.
Or they were
going
collateral
down.
damage. Either way.
Now I don't think that Gabrielle Union's character Daria. I don't think she should have won her fight. She shouldn't have won.
I agree.
Fight. That was just because she was just a regular. She was just a regular woman, but she was fighting against a martial artist. Like she shouldn't have. And it was 1-on-1. She shouldn't have won that fight.
Yeah, but you know what though?
Should have got smashed.
It's
what
fights like that.
Wait, what'd you say?
No. Don't entertain that. Don't entertain that. Don't entertain that.
No, did you say she should have got some ass? That's why I was like,
I said she should have got smashed.
Oh, okay. That's all I was confused. I'm like, whoa. Joe taking this movie to another level. Y'all should have saw my face. Like I was confused. Like I'm like, wait a minute. Like
it's rated R, not NC-17.
She should have got some ass from the girl. She fighting, and all of a sudden, like, come here, let me take the pants off. Wow. Okay.
It's a whole new podcast. Damn.
Hey, have Travis name this one After Dark. It plays After Dark because we're touching on some crazy topics today. But yeah, she ended up so she ends
up shooting her. She ends up shooting her. So that's how she ended up beating her.
This is my thing though. I felt like hand to hand wise, she was getting her ass beat, but then she had to resort to something else to win, which I could understand that. Like you knew you couldn't do it like hand to hand. That's like we're fighting hand and you take out a knife and you stab me.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like damn, like it's not fair, but it's just like whoa, like what happened? So I was cool with that. But I also another part I like when just Archie and Anthony Anderson were just sitting there talking BSing like end credit type scene. You didn't see that part?
No, I didn't.
Actually, they were funny. They're funny.
Yeah, that was actually really funny, real funny. That was like a good way to end it. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of the movie, man. I'm looking at the ending now, man. I don't like how they killed this mafia boss. He's just standing there looking at him like. I told you
that was stupid. That's kind of whack.
You see what I'm saying? Like the fight.
It was like they were trying to look for like some big finale, and it was it fell short.
Yeah. So Tony does find his daughter. He gets her, and that's pretty much it in the end of the movie.
Tony decides he's not going to live a life of crime anymore. He's going to turn things around.
I'm quite sure that he had enough money to do that. I mean, if you got a couple of million, he probably had a couple of million in the bank, so you can go legit and open up a party store or something, a liquor store, a clothing store,
there you go.
a record label, whatever people were opening up or starting, whatever business they were starting back in that day. So that's it for our review of Cradle to the Grave. What grade are we giving this movie? I would give it a B+.
Yeah, I'll give it a B.
I said B+. I second that, actually. But yeah, that was exactly as soon as you said.
I like the other two movies a little bit better, and I gave them a A and a B+. So I'll give it a B.
All right, so it's not bad movie. So next we're watching War, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is about to be a quick turnaround because what is today? Today's Wednesday. So we got a couple of days to watch it. And we're back recording on Sunday night. Go ahead, Books.
And then after War, you guys know what comes up, right?
No, what?
Snake Eye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Snake Eyes is actually out now. I was wondering if we were going to watch that for.
I heard it was really good, and I was wondering if we were going to do it.
No, in all seriousness, if we were able to stick through it, we would have had Snake Eyes. That would have been this coming.
Okay.
It would have worked. Like I had it mapped out where it was like it just came out. We're able to watch it and we could do the review right away. Okay. Obviously, life happens. It is what it is. That doesn't matter. But we're gonna do Snake Eyes. I think that is like. Jeff Doss was like, "You can't do that movie." I'm like, "It is the man's wearing a gi." Like,
yeah, you know what? Every time I see the preview for it, I forget it's a G.I. Joe until the end.
Exactly.
I'm like, this looks like what karate movie is this? And then I'm like, oh, it's Snake Eyes.
It's a strictly karate movie. It just shows his origin. So that's why I'm like, we can get away with that for this one.
Okay. All right, sweet. So next week we're watching War, and then the week after that we are watching Snake Eyes. So that's pretty much it for this podcast. You guys got any closing remarks? Anything to say?
No, I'm good, man.
Well, make sure you guys catch our show. We're gonna have a great talk on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure you guys subscribe. You guys got any comments? Make sure you guys hit us up on Facebook on this thread for Fist Kicks and Flicks for Cradle to the Grave. Let us know if we missed anything. You guys got any questions about anything? Let us know. Joe, you got anything to say?
I'm good, man.
All right, so hopefully the producer will now play my music, and we are out. Peace. Stay safe, stay strong, and we out of here.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.